We've got a couple of projects to take care of on the boat this morning, so I figured why not have a little bit of a discussion about functionality versus appearance. One of the things we got to mess with this right here, but I need to get this lash right here because this one's all busted. I need to get this changed out real quick. And then we can get into a good old discussion about functionality versus the appearance of something. Well, that was easy. Knock that out. So when I talk about the functionality of something versus the appearance of it, is this right here. So this is how my plug is as of right now. You push this in, turn it, locks it in, good to go. But then this is all hanging out here. So when you're standing up here, part of the reason that that got broke is I was up here fishing off of this using the trolling motor, but you're standing on this cable the entire time. So my thought is, why don't I just move it to here? And I'll pull this in, put the plug here, and that should let me sit this whole thing down into here, and then I can plug it in right here. Easy peasy. I mean, it is kind of an issue when it comes to having an anchor in here, but I could probably stick it back here too. There's also that. I could probably stick it right here. Either way, it's gonna be in the way of the anchor no matter what I do. So what I wanna do is figure out how to get my plug into this compartment here. And then that way, it could be like that, and then still have my anchor in there. Problem is that I'm gonna have a hole out here because I need to move this over there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a cover for this, which appearance wise is not gonna look that pretty, but functionality wise is gonna be so much better having this in here, because whenever you're using the trolling motor, this wire will basically be like this, and you have all this area here now with no wire here that somebody, not me, could slip and fall on or get tangled up in and fall off the boat while using the trolling motor. So that's my issue here, is now creating my functionality of getting the anchor in here, which I don't even have an anchor that fits in here because the anchor that I do have is too big for this spot, so I don't even use it anyway because I have spot lock with that. But having the anchor on the boat is something that, another issue that I need to fix right now. So let me do that first. Let me figure out my anchor, get my anchor situation straightened out, and then we're going to be moving this port into here somewhere to make it functionally much better than here. And then we'll also make a cover for this situation here, so that way this covers this hole and I don't have to buy another one of these, because these things are like 40 bucks and I don't really want to do that. So let me go find my anchor first. Now that we got the anchor situation straightened out, let me go ahead. I think the best spot for this is going to be right here. We no longer use this thing that goes on, that's supposed to like slide over, go over there. So I'll probably just take this out, and then my plug can go right in here once this thing's off of here. Through bolted. Let me get this off here, and then let me pull this out, and we'll make a cover for this, drill a hole here, and get this one stuck on there. Okay, got my two holes marked there for where my screws are gonna go. Got that hole out. We're not gonna cut a hole that big. We do not need anything that big. I should probably make sure that this thing will go all the way through there first, huh? That's something I forgot about. Let me see. I mean, I got maybe that much. Ooh. It's gonna be tight. It'll be tight, but it'll work. It'll be tight, but it'll be all right. So I probably should have looked to see which one was my positive, huh? Before I went and ripped them things out of there. Oh well, let's go ahead and talk about the appearance aspect of everything, because right now that looks pretty nasty and we want to cover that up. It's not going to look absolutely perfect, and there's no sense in filling that with fiberglass. I mean, on this boat, there's just no need for that. So we're going to cover it up. The appearance is going to be a little bit less, but the functionality is going to be so worth it. Let's go make a cover for that hole. Let's see here. This looks promising. All right, we want to cut this out of this, and I wish I could use that hole, but I can't. I could probably use this hole here though. This would probably work. So let me stencil this out, and we'll cut a little piece out of here to make a plate to cover this. And just like that, we have our cover looking beautiful. I got a little bit of dirt on there still, but countersink's good. That countersink's a little bit messed up, but it'll be all right. I need to find us a couple of screws now that will work for this here situation. Let me go get the other screws to make sure I get the right size. There we go, and look at that. That is a pretty looking cover, and I mean, it doesn't really take that much to make the appearance look really good. A router, jigsaw, and a countersink bit. There you go. That's basically all we need, and this is going to look really good on the boat where it is. So let's cover that up. I need to find a hole saw for this. Let me find the hole saw for that, and then we'll be able to go and drill out where this is going to go and move our piece. Let's see here. That one might be just a little bit too big. I think what I need is this one here. Yep, that's the one, 1 1/4. So I might even go a little bit less. 1 1/8 might fit. Let me double check, see if I got a 1 1/8. What's this? 1 1/8. Yeah, 1 1/8 will work. Let me send a 1 1/8. That way this is tight. I don't want a big giant hole around here where there's a big lip, because this is just about perfect. There's ridges here, so I might have to go 1 1/4. Let me double check. And there we go. That is beautiful. Let me go ahead and stick my anchor back down in here. You see what this thing looks like. That's there. Really, I probably should get something. I should get another one of these to get that fixed to hold the anchor into place. These are both broke. I might make something, I might not. We'll see how it goes, but as far as my plug goes, this is perfect. Now I can just stick my plug in here. There's my insert. Stick this up. I probably should have waited until all that was done. That's stuck there. I mean, realistically, I could tuck this down into here too. Kind of needs to go around that. There you go. Much better. So now when you're up here using the trolling motor, this is all wide open, no problems. That looks beautiful. I mean, the appearance wise, you can clearly tell there was an old port there, but that looks great for the functionality that we just gained with moving the plug there. And that is why you never want to get hung up on something appearing as it's been repaired like this does. That is way better to have something like that and have this kind of functionality than to not have this functionality, have that cable down all across there like that. So that's my opinion on this matter.